Hello and welcome to the Olympic Oval at the University of Calgary. I'm James Monson, and we're glad that you've joined us here today. Today is the 2017 Oval International World Cup Selection Trials. We've completed our ladies 3,000 meters, and today we'll be going to the men's 5,000 meters. There are 7 pairs in this race, and through these trials, we'll be deciding which competitors will be competing at the Fall World Cups this year. There's 4 World Cups, 2 in North America and 2 in Europe coming up, and this is the races that will decide who will be competing at those Fall World Cups. I would like to, if you did join us for the ladies 3,000 meter, I'd like to apologize for we were missing one of our cameras, so it may have appeared to be that some of the footage was lacking. We have resolved the problem, and we have our camera on the backstretch now. We have our camera on the home stretch, and we will be able to see most of the race now, or you will be able to see most of the race. And in our first pair, we are going to have on the inside lane Caleb Mueller from Alberta. He will be racing by himself. His pair did scratch, so he will have to race this 5,000 meters, 12 and a half laps by himself. Now, this is a race that you do on your own, and it is a time trial, but having a pair with you, another person to skate with, does help you with your pace and does sometimes help your race and your overall time. So racing by yourself can be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see how this goes for Caleb. He is a junior skater, and he is in the process of building up his experience. And we have an opening time for Caleb of 20.54. Mike Ireland is on the back stretch coaching, and he will be showing Caleb his lap times. As I said before, this is a 12-lap race. Now he's coming down the home stretch. After his first full lap, he is going to have a lap time of 31.87. Similar to the ladies' 3,000 meter, it is very crucial to establish the first lap at the right pace. If you go out too fast, you're not going to have anything left at the end, and if you go out too slow, you're not going to have a good time. The key here is to find that easy speed, find that rhythm that is comfortable where you're not expending too much energy, but you're getting the lap times that you're looking for. After 2 laps, with a lap time of 32.07 for Mueller. Inside lane, building it down to the backstretch. Now, of course, if you're familiar with speed skating, we exchange down the backstretch. We go from the inside lane to the outside lane. So he has done that successfully. And you'll do that every lap. So one lap, you'll be on the 2 inner lanes. The next lap, you'll be on the 2 outer lanes. And here he comes on the outer lane, looking very strong, 2 arms on his back. Nice solid pushes, nice and relaxed. Coming through at 31.79, dropping his lap time by 0.2 there. So he is doing well, and he looks comfortable there now. Mike Ireland holding the lap board there, and also Mike Marshall giving him some advice down the backstretch. Entering the inner lane there off of the backstretch, building his speed through the turn, and coming down to the home stretch. We've got 8 laps to go for Mueller, and he has a lap time of 31.97. Caleb Mueller does have a personal best time of 6 minutes 43 seconds, 0.46. Now entering the outside turn. Building around that turn and coming down the home stretch here. Again, looking quite comfortable, looking quite relaxed. Lap time of 32.06. And he's maintaining those lap times quite nicely between 31.6, 32.0. And he's going to want to hang on to those lap times as best as he can to finish this race. Again, it is quite difficult to race on your own. talking with his coach earlier today, he told me that Caleb is very strong. He referred to him as a bit of a horse. So we'll see how he does in the final second half of this race. Lap time of 32.37. With just over half the race completed, 2,600 meters done, he's got 2,400 meters to go. And now he's going to have to start digging deep. Building a speed coming out of the turns and now carrying that speed down the straightaway. Mueller with 5 laps to go, a lap time of 32.34. Coming down the backstretch, his coach is cheering him on there. Mueller is training with the Alberta Speed Skating Association group with coaches Mike Marshall and Mike Ireland. He's wearing his Alberta suit, and now he's looking quite comfortable, maintaining his lap times 32.01, and he's got 4 laps to go. He's going to really want to start building these turns now. Really digging deep. He's going to need to hang on here. And he's going to need to work very, very hard for the last 3 laps. This is probably definitely the most difficult part of the race now is coming up. Mueller with a lap time of 32.30. And Caleb is still looking quite strong, still working those turns. He's on the inside lane now. And he's coming down the home stretch. He's still got 2 arms on his back, and he's still looking very strong now with 2 laps to go. Lap time of 32.62, so dropping off just a little bit. He's going to want to try to hang on to these lap times now as best as he can. He's had a very consistent race so far, and he's done very well. Now he just needs for these last 2 laps, needs to hang on here. He's coming down around the outside corner, coming to the home stretch. He's got 500 meters to go. Still looking very comfortable. And here we have the bell lap. Lap time of 32.84. This is the last lap now on the outside lane. Coming down into the backstretch, his coach is cheering him on, doing that last exchange, moving to the inside lane. Caleb Mueller doing very well for skating by himself. His legs are not tying up that much, and he still has nice frequency and tempo in his corners, his crossovers. With 100 meters to go, swinging one arm as he comes down 50 meters to go, and he's going to finish with a lap time of 33.40 and a finishing time of 6 minutes 48 seconds .18, and that is just slightly off his personal best time. In pair number 2 on the inside lane, we'll have Hamish Black with a personal best of 6 minutes 37 seconds .89. And he's paired with, on the outside lane, Hayden Mayer with a personal best time of 6:41.53. Coaches Crispin Parkinson and Todd McClements in the background readying their stopwatches. And we have a clean start. Hamish Black on the inside lane and Hayden Mayer on the outside lane. Hamish Black wearing his National Development Team suit, and Hayden Mayer wearing his Olympic Oval Program training suit. And we have opening times of 19.98 for Black and 20.12 for Mayer. And here they are coming around the second turn. Let's see what their lap times are after one full lap. We have Black, who's slightly ahead with a lap time of 31.01, and Mayer with a time of 31.42. They're close on the exchange on the backstretch, but no problem there. Black moving to the inside lane and Mayer moving to the outside lane. Both skaters looking comfortable so far, but this is very early into the race, and we've got lots of racing to go. Black, who is slightly ahead, coming across the line with a time of 31.13, and Mayer with a time of 31.53. Black moving to the outside, Mayer to the inside. Coming into the home stretch. Both skaters looking very comfortable. Lap time of 31.70 for Black, and Mayer picking it up with a lap time of 31.30. Black getting a little bit of a draft down the backstretch there as he heads to the inside lane. Both skaters are slightly ahead of the time posted by Mueller. And Black just slightly ahead. Hamish Black coming across the line with a time of 31.46, and Hayden Mayer with a time of 31.63. Both skaters doing quite nicely at holding on to their set lap times, which appear to be around 31.5, 31.8, trying to hold on to that lap time for the entire race. We are coming up on 7 laps to go in this race. And both skaters actually looking neck and neck here as they cross the line. Black with a lap time of 31.86 and Mayer with a time of 31.41. Again, exchanging on the backstretch with no issues there. Hayden Mayer on the outside working the turns here. And we're coming up on the halfway mark in this race. Again, both skaters looking very comfortable, but this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the race is going to become difficult. Lap times of 31.34 for Mayer and 31.76 for Black. So Hayden Mayer has been picking it up. He is looking strong and comfortable. Now he's getting a little bit of a draft off Black down the back stretch. Moving to the inside lane, Mayer. And now he has moved slightly ahead. He is looking very comfortable. We've got 5 laps to go. Mayer with a slight lead now, crossing the line at 31.70, and Black dropping back just a little bit with a time of 32.50. Hamish Black is going to need to pick up his pace now if he wants to hang on. Mayer moving to the outside. Again, this is where the race becomes very difficult. These last 4 laps can seem like an eternity. Mayer, who competed at the Canada Summer Games in Winnipeg this year for cycling, he qualified for the Alberta team, and he was competing there this summer. He has now moved back to skating and in the skating mode. He's doing quite well with a lap time of 31.34, and Hamish Black with a lap time of 32.80. And Mayer is starting to pull ahead here. Down the home stretch here. We've got 3 laps to go. Lap time of 31.86 for Mayer and a lap time of 33.6 for Hamish Black. Currently, Mayer's time is about 5.69 seconds ahead of Caleb Mueller's lap time. Hamish Black is also ahead of Mueller's time as well. And Hayden Mayer on the outside lane. He's looking quite strong. He's going to have to start digging deep here with 2 laps to go. He's got another lap time of 31.86. He's doing quite well, and he does look very comfortable in that outside turn. Hamish Black with a lap time of 34.17, so he is dropping a little bit in his lap times He's going to need to try to just hold on here, dig deep to finish up. Again, making the exchange. Hayden moving to the inside lane. Now he's coming down the home stretch here. And there we have the bell lap for Hayden Mayer. Lap time of 31.94. 400 meters to go. And we have Hamish Black crossing the line with a lap time of 33.98. So he's picked up his lap time just a little bit. And going into the final turn on the outside lane, we have Hayden Mayer. He's coming around for his last 100 meters. Opting to keep both arms on his back for that last 100. He is going to finish with a lap time of 6:39.48. That's a personal best for Hayden Muir by about 2 seconds. And Hamish Black is finishing up with a lap time of 34.20 for a final time of 6 minutes 50 seconds.15. In pair number 3, we have on the inside lane from Manitoba, Tyson Langelar with a personal best of 6:37.16. And on the outside lane, we have David Larue with a personal best time of 6 minutes 40 seconds.02. And David Larue is from Quebec. This is pair number 3 of 7 pairs in the men's 5,000 meters. There are 3 spots available for the men's 5K at the Fall World Cups this year. One of those spots has been pre-qualified by Ted-Jan Bloemen. He was able to secure his spot last year at World Singles Distance Championships by placing in the top 5. He is skating today, but he has been pre-qualified for this men's 5,000 meter. We have an opening time of 19.17 for Langelar and an opening time of 19.05 for Larue. Both of these gentlemen have personal best times that are very close, so this should be a very exciting race, and it should be very close to the whole way. Coming around after the first lap, we have a very quick time of 29.85 for Larue and 30.23 for Langelar. I will say it again, that first lap is crucial. If you go out too fast and can't hang on to it, those last 4 laps of this race are going to hurt. But if you can hang on to it, you'll have an excellent race. If you don't go out fast enough, then the time won't be there to qualify for one of these spots. So Larue is looking to pick up one of those qualifying spots. And he's done a lap time of 30.96 for Larue and 30.79 for Langelar. So he has dropped his pace a little bit. He might have gone a little bit too fast in that first lap. But we'll see how this race turns out. Now here they are on the front straight. Coming across the line with a lap time of 31.15 is Langelar and 30.92 for Larue. Larue with just a small lead in this race. Both these skaters are very close and both looking very comfortable. We'll see how they do if they can hold on to these low 30s for the rest of this race. We've got 8 laps to go, 4.5 laps completed. Coming across the line with a lap time of 30.89 is Langelar, and David Larue has a lap time of 31.26. So it looks like these guys now have found their pace. They've found their comfort zone, which seems to be around that 30.7 to 30.8 second laps, and we'll see how these guys do in maintaining that for the rest of this race. Both skaters very close as they're coming up. We've got a lap time of Larue 30.88 and Langelar 31.04. Coming up on the backstretch, they do the exchange again. And Larue moving to the outside lane and Langelar moving to the inside lane. Both skaters looking comfortable so far. Coming down the front stretch, they are neck and neck. We have 6 laps to go, just over halfway done this race, 2,600 meters done, and a lap time of 31.07 for Langelar and Larue 31.17. So we've got 2,400 meters to go, or 6 laps to go in this race. Both skaters still looking comfortable, and both skaters still maintaining a solid lap times of around 31.0 seconds. Mayer, who posted a time of 6:39 in the last race. Both of these gentlemen are about 4 seconds ahead of that time at this point in the race. 30.92 for Larue and 31.29 for Langelar. Now we're coming up. This is the part of the race where you have to dig deep. And that seems like the word, the phrase of the day today in this men's 5,000 meters, digging deep. We've got 4 laps to go, and these guys are going to need to hang on to these lap times if they want to vie for one of those Fall World Cup spots. Lap time of 31.02 for Larue and lap time of 31.27 for Langelar. And we have Larue going over the top of Langelar. Again, that refers to when the outside skater gets ahead of the inside skater and is able to come out of that turn ahead of the inside skater. We call that going over the top. Larue with about a 30-meter lead over Langelar. Both skaters still looking quite strong, and a lap time of 31.35 for Larue and a lap time of 31.86 for Langelar. So Langelar dropping off a little bit there, so he is going to have to start working hard now if he wants to stay close in this race. Larue moving to the outside. Just over 2 laps to go now. It may look easy for some of these guys, but I can tell you this is very, very difficult. Their legs are burning, their lungs are burning, their throat is burning. Nothing feels good at this point in the race, and you have to keep digging and you have to keep trying. Larue with a lap time of 31.7 and Langelar with a lap time of 31.93. Again, exchanging down the backstretch, Larue moving to the inside. Langelar on the outside lane now. And we've got less than 500 meters to go. Here is the bell lap. 1 lap to go. Larue swinging his arm in the straightaway now. 32.34 for Larue and 32.99 for Langelar. And the last exchange on the backstretch here, Larue is starting to feel it. Langelar, if he works hard, he may be able to catch him down this last turn, but we'll see. Like I said before now, everything is hurting for these guys, and they are doing everything they have just to keep their legs moving around that corner. Coming down the last 100 meters, Larue swinging both arms, Langelar swinging both arms, and Larue finishes with a time of 6:35.23. That is a big personal best for Larue, and Langelar with a time of 6:37.29. That is just a tenth of a second off of his personal best. But that will put those two gentlemen in first and second position so far. We have 4 pairs to go in this men's 5,000 meter race today. On the inside lane, we have Denny Morrison from British Columbia. He has a personal best of 6 minutes and 24 seconds, 0.13. And on the outside lane, we have Graham Fish from Saskatchewan. He has a personal best of 6 minutes, 29.16. Denny Morrison, known more for his 1,000-meter and 1,500-meter races. We'll see how he does here today in his 5K races. And he has a blistering opening time, 200-meter time of 18.63 for Morrison. Graham Fish with an opening time of 20.09. Now, you may or may not know Denny Morrison was in a motorcycle accident a few years ago, and it's actually quite amazing he's back here skating today. He, like I said before, he was more of a 1,000-meter to 1,500-meter skater, but it appears after his accident that he seems to be doing slightly better in the longer distances. So we'll see how he does today in his 5,000-meter. Very, very quick time of 28.77 for Morrison, and Graham Fish with a lap time of 29.95. Now Denny Morrison moving to the inside lane and Fish moving to the outer lane. Morrison making this look very easy, but we do have a lot of racing left to go. So we'll see how he does in this race. Coming down the front stretch, looking very comfortable. Another excellent lap time of 29.55 for Morrison, and Fish with a lap time of 30.27. Both these gentlemen skating very quick so far, and we'll see how they do. Denny moving to the outer lane and Fish moving to the inner lane. Both skaters again looking quite comfortable. Now we'll see, it's very common to go a little bit too hard at the beginning, and then if you're not careful, those last two laps can really come back to bite you. Fish, who's doing an excellent job of maintaining his race plan, he skates a lap time of 30.38, and Denny Morrison with a lap time of 29.96. So Denny has so far managed to maintain all of his lap times under 30 seconds. Like I said, Graham Fish is maintaining his race plan. He is falling behind a little bit right now, but we'll see what happens in the last 4 laps of this race. There is 8 laps to go still. We've got a lot of race to go. 29.89 for Denny Morrison and 30.41 for Graham Fish. Denny looking very good right now, very confident and smooth. He's got about a 75-meter lead so far over Fish, and he is about 5 seconds ahead of David Larue's time of 6:35 at this point in the race. We'll see how this goes. We are coming up on 7 laps to go. Lap time of 29.67 for Morrison. This is quite the race so far. 30.32 for Fish. He is also having an excellent race and maintaining very good lap times. Both very consistent, very solid lap times. Denny Morrison moving to the inside lane, working those turns, finishing that extra crossover on the way out, and maintaining that speed down the straightaway. We have just over half the race to go. 6 laps to go for Denny Morrison and another 29.79 lap for Denny Morrison. This is quite the race. 30.46 for Graham Fish. 2,400 meters to go in this men's 5,000 meter race. And Denny Morrison really wanting one of those Fall World Cup spots. Coming around the outer lane down the front stretch, we have Denny Morrison just about 100 meters ahead of Fish right now. There we have the first 30-second lap, 30.09. Fish with a lap time of 30.66. Both skaters doing very well so far. Denny Morrison moving to the inside lane. And now we've got a third of the race to go. 4 laps to go. 1,600 meters. Denny Morrison crossing the line with a lap time of 30.40. Graham Fish still looking very confident, doing very well. Lap time of 31.03. No, Denny is still looking very smooth and confident, but he is going to be working for it now. He's going to have to start digging deep. You're going to have to dig down deep and find all that energy to finish this race now. Let's hope he didn't start too fast at the beginning. We'll see how he finishes up here. Denny Morrison with a lap time of 30.53. Still a very good lap time. And Graham Fish crossing the line with a time of 31.53. Moving from the outer lane to the inside lane, Denny Morrison. He's ahead by about 100 meters. His current time is about 10 seconds ahead of Larue at this point in the race, so he is having a great time. If he maintains this pace, he could see a PB today. We have a lap time of 31.15 with 2 laps to go for Denny Morrison. And coming across the line here, Fish, lap time of 31.89. Now Denny's got to go here. Got to keep those legs moving. 600 meters to go. He's having a very good race so far. There is a time standard that has to be met at this competition in order to qualify for the World Cups as well. That is 6:28.71. So Denny Morrison with a lap time of 31.89 On the bell lap, he's got 300 meters to go. Graham Fish with a lap time of 32.36. He has 300 meters to go now, and entering the last turn on the inside lane, Denny Morrison way ahead in this race. He's coming out of the last turn. Here we go, down the home stretch. 100 meters to go. Still looking quite strong, keeping those legs moving, and Denny Morrison finishing with a time of 6:24:33, just outside of his PB, and Graham Fish finishing with a time of 6:32.16, lap time of 32.81. So excellent race there by Denny Morrison, and that gives him his qualifying time and for the Fall World Cups, and we'll see how that matches up to the rest of the competitors. Now moving into pair number 5. On the inside lane, we have Jake Weideman from Ontario with a personal best of 6 minutes 36 seconds .06. He's paired with Stefan Waples from Manitoba with a personal best time of 6:24.61. Excuse me, I read my sheet wrong. That's Antoine Jelinet-Beaulieu on the outside lane. He has a lap time of 6:34.56, and he is from Quebec. After that exciting race, we'll see how these guys start off and see what they do, see if they'll be able to compete in this race. Very good opening times for Weideman. 200-meter opener is 19 seconds .19, and Jelinet-Beaulieu has an opening time of 19.41. We'll see what pace these guys set here after the first lap, and we'll see that will determine to see how this race pans out. Both skaters looking very comfortable so far, and a very quick time for Jelinet-Beaulieu of 29.34. Weideman with a time of 30.03. Crispin Parkinson in the back stretch there giving lap times to Weideman, and Gregor Jelinek giving lap times to Jelinet-Beaulieu. Both skaters coming out of the turn to the front stretch, neck and neck. Looking very comfortable with both arms on their back. We have a lap time of 29.74 for Weideman and a lap time of 30.28 for Jelinet-Beaulieu. And making the exchange down the backstretch. Both skaters very close here. Weideman on the outside, Beaulieu on the inside. Lap times of 30.04 for Weideman and 30.09 for Jelinet-Beaulieu. Making their exchange down the backstretch. Coach is giving them their lap time. Both skaters looking very good. 1/3 of this race is almost over. Again, these gentlemen are vying for their Fall World Cup spots. 3 spots are available for the Fall World Cup, with 1 spot being pre-qualified by Ted-Jan Bloemen, so there are 2 spots up for grabs today. They do have to also meet that qualifying time of 6:28.71 in order to qualify for these Fall World Cups. Lap times of 30.44 for Weideman and 30.28 for Antoine Jelinet-Beaulieu. Antoine now with just a slight lead. 7 laps to go. We've got a lap time of 30.48 for Beaulieu and a lap time of 30.90 for Weideman. Now into the front stretch, we have Antoine Jelinet-Beaulieu slightly ahead. He's got a lap time of 30.52 and a lap time of 31.13 for Weideman. And we have just passed the halfway mark. We've got 6 laps to go, 2,400 meters. And Antoine Jelinet-Beaulieu moving to the inside, Weideman moving to the outside. Bit of a gap widening here with Beaulieu in the lead. Lap time of 30.27, and Weideman with a lap time of 31.44. And Weideman now starting to fall behind a little bit. Jelena moving to the outside lane. Weideman moving to the inside lane. With 4 laps to go, Jelena Beaulieu is in the lead. He's maintaining nice lap time, 30.37, and Weideman 31.77. So he is dropping off a little bit. He's going to need to pull something out here to pick it up or to hang on to his lap times if he's going to want to qualify for a spot. Jelena Beaulieu on the inside lane now, coming to the front stretch. He's looking actually quite strong here. He's maintaining nice leg frequency, good solid pushes. He's crossing the line with a lap time of 30.26. Weideman with a lap time of 32.32, so he is dropping off a little bit. Let's hope he can hang on to this race here with 3 laps to go. Jelena Beaulieu moving to the outside lane. Again, he is looking quite solid right now and nice leg frequency. Coming down the home stretch, 2 laps to go, lap time of 30.38. Weideman coming with 2 laps to go, lap time of 32.94. And Antoine Jelena Beaulieu is really working it now. You can see he is really going for it here, working that inside lane, coming down to the front stretch. He's coming up on his bell lap now. 1 lap to go, 400 meters, lap time of 30.47, and he is on track to make that qualifying time. He may be slightly behind Denny Morrison, but he is going to get the qualifying time today. He's moving to that outside lane, still moving those legs. He's doing very well. He's got 100 meters to go. Antoine Jelena Beaulieu doing very well, swinging one arm as he comes down that last 100 meter, almost clipping the timing equipment. 30.58, and he has done a 6:22.73, moving him ahead of Denny Morrison and giving him the qualifying time. Weideman finishing hard down this last stretch, 34.56, with a time of 6:38.22, just off of his personal best. But the story of the day so far is Antoine Jelena Beaulieu with a huge personal best. His personal best before today was 6:34. That is a 12-second PB, or 1 second per lap. That is an excellent race by Antoine Jelena Beaulieu. Coming up in pair number 6 now, we've got the world record holder in the 10,000 meter. We've got the Canadian record holder in the 10,000 meter and the Canadian record holder in the men's 5,000 meter on the inside lane from Alberta, Ted-Jan Bloemen. His personal best time is 6 minutes, 8 seconds, 0.06. And on the outside lane, we have Stefan Waples from Manitoba with a personal best time of 6:24.61. Now, the maintenance crew is in the backstretch doing an ice repair. I'm not sure what happened there, but obviously somebody dug something into their ice, or maybe there was an issue off the start. Might have been a toe-in off the start, one of our officials is saying here. Maintenance crew patching that repair and hitting it with a little bit of the fire extinguisher to freeze it quickly. And they're giving it the thumbs up, crawling over those mats. And we're about to start our race. The key in this race is going to be for Stefan Waples not to get too far ahead of himself in the first couple of laps. Ted-Jan Bloemen does have quite a bit quicker PB than Stefan Waples, so he's going to need to make sure that he does not go too hard in the first lap. So we'll see how this race pans out as they head to the start line. Ted-Jan Bloemen on the inside lane and Stefan Waples on the outside lane. And we've got a clean start. This is pair 6 of 7, and Ted-Jan Bloemen, he is going to be going for a good time. 18.57 opening 200 meter for Ted-Jan Bloemen, and the opening time of 19.31. Again, Waples is going to need to make sure he paces himself accordingly and not get ahead of himself here. Ted-Jan Bloemen moving to the outside lane. Let's see what these guys are going to have for their first full 400-meter lap. Bloemen with a lap time of 29.17 and Waples with a lap time of 30.17. And Bloemen going over the top of Waples. That's expected to see at this point in the race. Moving to the inside lane. And Waples moving to the outside lane. Again, Waples is going to need to just run his own race here and set a pace that he's comfortable with. And Bloemen with a time of 29.35 and Waples with a lap time of 30.68. And Bloemen moving to the outside lane. Bloemen with a slight lead. He has a lap time of 29.41, and Waples coming through with a lap time of 31.07. And Marcel Lacroix giving lap times to Bloemen, and Todd McClements giving lap times to Stefan Waples. Bloemen moving to the inside lane, and his lead is increasing. And we've got 8 laps to go. Lap time of 29.77. And a lap time of 31.34 for Stefan Waples. Moving to the outside lane, Bloemen, and moving to the inside lane, Stefan Waples. Coming onto the front stretch. Ted-Jan Bloemen looking very comfortable. Nice and relaxed. He's coming across with a lap time of 29.83 and a lap time for Waples of 31.50. Coming up on the halfway point in this race, 6 laps to go. We have Ted-Jan Bloemen with a lap time of 29.95. He is holding on to those 29-second laps so far, and he is about 4 seconds ahead of Jelena Bollier's time at this point in the race. Waples with a lap time of 31.79. Again, Bloemen looking very comfortable, very relaxed down this home stretch, down this front stretch here. He's crossing the line with 30.59. He's on the outside lane coming to the back stretch and moving to the inside. Waples crossing the line here with a time of 32.06. Bloemen moving to the inside lane, working those turns. We'll see how Bloemen does today. He did, about 2 weeks ago, he had one of his boots fall apart and needed to get some repairs done to them. And so we'll see how those boot repairs hold up today. Reese Dara, the team tech, was able to fix those boots and get them back into working order. Bloemen has a lap time of 31.16, moving to the inside lane. And Waples with a lap time of 32.42. This is pair 6 of 7 for the men's 5,000 meter Fall World Cup selection trials. Bloemen with 3 laps to go. He has a lap time of 30.75. And he is just ahead of Antoine Jolinin-Beaulieu's time at this point in the race. Waples now crossing the line with a time of 32.40. And Blumen coming down the front stretch with just over 2 laps to go. We have 800 meters to go now. Lap time of 30.13. He's just picked it up. He said, you know what, I've had enough. Here we go. Bringing those times down, looking very comfortable, very solid. And Waples with the time coming across the line with a time of 32.42 with 2 laps to go. And Blumen now on the front stretch, coming up on the bell lap. We're going to hear the bell now. There it goes. He's going to come across the line with a time of 29.63, and he has dropped it again. We call that a negative split in speed skating, where he has taken his lap times and he's picked them up as the race goes on. He's coming around now with just over 200 meters to go, and he is looking very good, very comfortable, very solid. He's going to finish this race in great shape. Waples crossing the line with 32.435 for that lap. And here comes Ted-Jan Blumen finishing the race with a final time of 6:17.35 with a lap time of 29.04, and that puts him into a solid first place so far today in the men's 5,000 meter. And that was quite the finish to go from 30s down to 29.6 down to 29.0s for Blumen. And Waples finishing it up with a time of 6:40.01. And here we go. Pair 7 of 7. On the inside lane, we have Jordan Belchos from Ontario with a personal best time of 6 minutes and 16 seconds, .92. He's going to be paired with Ben Donnelly on the outer lane with a personal best time of 6:23.09. Again, these gentlemen are fighting for those Fall World Cup spots. 6:28 is the qualifying time, and we've had 3 people do that so far. So we will have 3 people going to the Fall World Cups in the men's 5K. And we'll see how these 2 gentlemen do now. With a clean start, here they come. Jordan Belchos from Ontario and Ben Donnelly from Ontario. Opening time for Belchos, 19.13. Opening time for Ben Donnelly, 19.26. So currently we have Blumen with leading the time with 6 minutes 17 seconds .35. Antoine Jolinin-Beaulieu with a time of 6:22.73, and Denny Morrison with a time of 6:24.33. So we'll see how Jordan Belchos and Ben Donnelly do in this race. Opening times of 29.25 for Belchos and 29.69 for Donnelly. And Belchos getting a nice draft down the backstretch as he moves to the inside lane. Down the front stretch, here they come. Belchos, he has a slight lead over Donnelly right now. Crossing the line with a lap time of 29.55, and Ben Donnelly with a time of 30.03. So Belchos is going for it today. He also wants one of those spots. He's going to need to hang on to this time now. Hang on to those 29-second laps for as long as he can. On the outside lane, Belchos coming down to the front stretch. He's coming across the line with a lap time of 29.55. Ben Donnelly picking it up with a lap time of 29.90. Belchos going over the top of Donnelly down the backstretch as he moves to the inside lane. Donnelly getting a little bit of a draft down that backstretch as he moves to the outer lane. As they come around, Belchos with a bit of a lead over Donnelly. He's going to cross the line with a lap time of, it says 21.33, but that is not correct. We'll see what happens on the next lap. Donnelly has a lap time of 29.99. Belchos now moving to the outside lane. His lead is getting a little bit bigger. but both Donnelly and Belchos are holding nice lap times here, around 30 seconds a lap. Belchos, okay, there's an issue there with the lap time, so we'll see what happens. It says 38.55. That's also not correct. Donnelly with a lap time of 30.05. So we have some techs going down to the ice to have a look at the eyes right now to see what's happening with those lap times. But so far, these guys are doing very well. Belchos with a slight lead. Now they're on the home stretch. Donnelly not far behind. And we've got a lap time of 30.29 for Belchos and 30.34 for Donnelly. Those lap times seem a lot more normal now. 21.33 would be a world record lap, but I'm pretty sure that was just a glitch in the timing system. We've got Belchos on the outside lane, slightly ahead of Donnelly. Both skaters looking in great form right now as they come down the home stretch. Belchos with a lap time of 30.61, and Ben Donnelly picking it up. He's got a lap time of 29.87. A little bit less than 2,000 meters to go, and Ben Donnelly is picking it up. He wants to make this race interesting. He's moving to the outside lane. Belchos is moving to the inside lane. Belchos now with still just a slight lead. And we've got 1/3 of the race to go. 4 laps or 1,600 meters to go. Lap time of 30.04 for Donnelly. Lap time of 30.83 for Belchos. And now this race is getting interesting. Both skaters just about a second behind Blumen's time at this point. But let's not forget that he did negative split those last 3 laps. So it's going to be pretty difficult to beat that time. But these guys are vying for those second and third spots on that Fall World Cup team. A lap time of 29.71 for Ben Donnelly, and he is picking it up. That is amazing. Jordan Belchos with a lap time of 30.86, and now he is falling behind after leading for most of this race. Oh, and Bart is down. Bart, the coach, he fell down on the straightaway back there because Ben Donnelly was going too fast. Donnelly now with the lead. He's coming down home stretch here with 2 laps to go, 30.10, and Belchos 30.93. Now Ben Donnelly going over the top as he moves from the outside lane to the inside lane. And we're coming up on the bell lap. 600 meters to go here for these two gentlemen. And Ben Donnelly is having a great race here. He is just off of Blumen's time. Here's the bell lap. As they ring that bell, Donnelly got to hang on here. 30.63, 400 meters to go. And Belchos 31.33. And Ben Donnelly is just behind Blumen's time here. He may be able to nip Jelena here. We'll see what happens in this last lap. 200 meters to go for Donnelly. He is working it. He is hurting. His lungs are hurting. His throat is hurting. His legs are hurting. Everything is hurting. And he's pushing hard down that last 100 meter. He's got one hand on his knee. He's trying hard, and he crosses the line. 6:21.71 for Donnelly. And a finishing time of 6:23.84. So that unofficially puts our winner, Ted-Jan Blumen, at 6:17.35. Antoine Jelena-Beaulieu at 6:22. Oh, excuse me, no. Ben Donnelly at 6:21.71. And Antoine Jelena-Beaulieu in third place at 6:22.73. Jordan Belchos will follow up in fourth place at 6:23.84. And Denny Morrison finishing fifth with a time of 6:24.33. That concludes today's races at the Calgary Olympic Oval at the University of Calgary for the Fall World Cup selection trials of the men's 5,000 meter and women's 3,000 meters. Please join us tomorrow, Friday, October 20th, as races start at 9 a.m. with the ladies 500 meters. And our Fall World Cup selection trials will start in the afternoon at 1 o'clock with the ladies 500 meters tomorrow. I want to thank you for joining us here today at Calgary Olympic Oval at the University of Calgary. My name is James Monson, and we hope that you'll tune in with us for the rest of the weekend as the Canadian team vies for the Fall World Cup selection trials. Thank you again and have a great day.